Electric eels, Electrophorus electricus, despite their name, are not true eels, but knife fish, capable of generating powerful electric shocks up to 600 volts. This remarkable ability is used for hunting, self-defense, and navigation. Below is a detailed explanation of how electric eels produce such high-voltage shocks, covering the biological, physiological, and electrochemical mechanisms involved. 1. Anatomy of electric organs. Electric eels possess specialized electric organs that make up about 80% of their body length. These organs are responsible for generating electric discharges. The key anatomical features include 3 electric organs. The eel has 3 distinct electric organs, main, hunters, and sex organs, each composed of thousands of specialized cells called electrocytes. These organs are located along the eel's body, primarily in the posterior region. Main organ produces high-voltage, strong discharges, up to 600 volts, used to stun prey or deter predators. Hunter's organ works in tandem with the main organ to produce high-voltage shocks. Sax's organ generates low-voltage discharges around 10 volts, used for navigation and communication via electrolocation. Electrocytes, these are flattened, disc-shaped cells stacked in series like batteries in a flashlight. Each electrocyte can generate a small voltage, about 0.15 volts when activated. With thousands of electrocytes arranged in series, the voltages add up to produce the eel's powerful shocks. Electrochemical mechanism of voltage generation. The electric eel's ability to generate shocks relies on the controlled movement of ions across the membranes of electrocytes, creating an electric potential. Here's how it works. Resting state. In their resting state, electrocytes maintain a difference in ion concentration across their cell membrane. The inside of the cell is negatively charged relative to the outside due to a higher concentration of potassium ions, K+, inside, and sodium ions, Na+, outside, maintained by the sodium-potassium pump, an energy-consuming process. Activation. When the eel decides to discharge, its nervous system sends signals to the electrocytes via motor neurons. These signals trigger the simultaneous opening of voltage-gated sodium channels on one side of the electrocyte, the posterior side. Sodium ions rush out of the cell, causing the interior to become positively charged relative to the exterior. Voltage creation. Each electrocyte acts like a tiny battery. The influx of sodium ions reverses the voltage across the cell membrane, creating a potential difference of about 50 millivolts, 0.15 volts, per electrocyte. Because thousands of electrocytes are stacked in series, their voltages add up. For example, if 4,000 electrocytes are activated, the total voltage is approximately 600 V bar. Current flow, the electrocytes are also arranged in parallel rows, which increases the current output. The combination of the high voltage from series stacking and sufficient current from parallel arrangement makes the shock powerful enough to stun prey or deter predators. Discharge control. The eel can control the frequency and intensity of discharges. For hunting, it releases rapid high-voltage pulses, up to 400 pulses per second, while for navigation, it emits low-voltage continuous signals. 3. Types of electric discharges. Electric eels produce 2 main types of discharges, each serving distinct purposes. Low-voltage discharges, Sax organ. Used for electrolocation, similar to sonar, the eel emits weak electric fields and detects distortions in these fields caused by objects or organisms in the water. This helps the eel navigate murky waters and locate prey. Typically around 10 volts, these discharges are continuous and low energy. High-voltage discharges, Mainer and Hunter's organs, used for hunting and defense. The high-voltage shocks, up to 600 volts, can stun or kill small fish, crustaceans, or other prey by disrupting their nervous system and causing muscle paralysis. These discharges are delivered in short bursts, conserving energy while maximizing impact. In defense, the shocks can deter predators or humans. While 600 volts is potentially dangerous, the low amperage, typically less than 1 ampere, means the shocks are rarely lethal to humans but can cause pain, muscle contractions, or temporary paralysis. 4. Energy source and efficiency. Generating such high voltages requires significant energy, which the eel derives from its metabolism. ATP-powered ion pumps. The sodium-potassium pumps that maintain ion gradients in electrocytes rely on adenosine triphosphate, ATP, produced through cellular respiration. The eel's high metabolic rate supports the energy demands of its electric organs. Oxygen availability. Electric eels are air breathers, using a specialized vascularized mouth to gulp air from the surface. This adaptation ensures a steady oxygen supply to fuel their metabolism, especially in oxygen-poor waters. Efficiency. The eel conserves energy by discharging only when necessary. The low-voltage discharges for electrolocation require minimal energy, while high-voltage shocks are reserved for critical moments like hunting or defense. 5. Impact of shocks. The 600-volt shocks are highly effective due to their combination of voltage, current, and delivery method. Stunning prey, the high-voltage pulses cause rapid muscle contractions or paralysis in prey, immobilizing them for easy capture. The eel can detect the stunned prey using electrolocation and consume it. Defense against predators. The shocks can deter larger animals, including humans. In water, the electric current spreads, creating a field that affects anything nearby. The eel can also curl its body to direct the shock more precisely, increasing its effectiveness. Human interaction. For humans, a 600-volt shock can cause intense pain, muscle spasms, or temporary paralysis. However, the low amperage, typically 0.5 to 1 ampere, and short duration of the discharge mean it is unlikely to be fatal, though it can be dangerous in water due to the risk of drowning from muscle paralysis. 6. Evolutionary perspective. The electric eel's shocking ability is a remarkable example of evolutionary adaptation. Origin of electric organs. Electric organs likely evolved from modified muscle tissue. Electrocytes share similarities with muscle cells but have adapted to prioritize ion movement over contraction. Adaptive advantage. In the murky, low-visibility waters of the Amazon and Orinoco river basins, where electric eels live, their ability to generate electric fields for navigation and hunting provides a significant survival advantage. Convergent evolution. Other electric fish, like electric rays and catfish, have independently evolved similar electric organs, demonstrating the utility of bioelectricity in aquatic environments. 7. Additional notes. Environmental factors. The eel shocks are more effective in freshwater than saltwater because freshwater has higher electrical resistance, allowing the voltage to maintain its potency over a distance. In saltwater, the current dissipates more quickly. Scientific interest. Electric eels have inspired research in bioelectricity, bioengineering, and even battery technology. Their ability to generate and control its electric discharges is studied for potential applications in medical devices and energy systems. Behavioral adaptations. Recent studies, e.g., by Kenneth Catania, 2016, have shown that electric eels can use their shocks strategically, such as leaping out of water to deliver a more concentrated shock to a threat or using doublet discharges to induce involuntary muscle contractions in hidden prey, forcing them to reveal their location. Summary. Electric eels generate shocks up to 600 volts through specialized electric organs composed of thousands of electrocytes, which act like tiny batteries. By controlling ion movement across electrocyte membranes, The eel produces high-voltage discharges for stunning prey or deterring threats and low-voltage signals for navigation. This ability, powered by a high metabolic rate and air breathing, showcases a remarkable evolutionary adaptation suited to their murky aquatic environment. The combination of series-stacked electrocytes, precise neural control, and energy-efficient discharges enables the eel to wield electricity as both a weapon and a sensory tool.